All right. What's up, y'all? So for today's lesson, we're just gonna talk about, documentation and why documentation is important. And I really feel like, we all need to be documenting something, right? This is me documenting this call, documenting, what we have going on in our conversation today, right? And it's so important that we understand that, you know, you don't necessarily have to create anything special. All you have to do is document your life, document what you have going on. Right now, I'm in Vegas right now. I came here for networking events. It's also my birthday a couple of days ago, and my brother lives out here. Seeing some friends, summer league. Got a buddy that works in the NBA. A couple of people. So, just connecting, and also just connecting with different people. Right, getting some videos and some podcasts and done. So, you know, I'm out here, and I wanted to document the process. Um, and while I'm out here, I want to make this video. And while I'm making this video, I'm documenting this video right now. I'm documenting this call, this class, and just hopefully we can get some nuggets from it. And I'm literally going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to record a 10, 15, 20-minute video, and I'm going to then shorten it up, edit it up a little bit. I'm going to put it in something called Opus Clip. Well, I'm going to put it on YouTube first. And then I'm going to take the YouTube link and put it in an Opus Clip. And then what that's going to do is that's going to get me 15 to 20 pieces of content that is literally going to go on all my social media platforms for people to consume. And whatever it does, right? And so I think documentation, beats conversation. And when you can document your process and you can say, hey, go look at this. And you don't have to create content. You just document what you're doing. No matter what your profession is, you could be doing anything. Just document it, whether it's interviews, whether it's conversations like this, whatever it is, right? And so, let's get into it. So, like I said, I want to break down why documenting your journey, especially in long form, is one of the most important things that you can be doing right now. If you're trying to build, grow, monetize, and or even scale your brand or business. And when I say document, I just don't mean posting highlights. I mean the real process, the wins and the L's, the figuring out as you go, because that's what builds connection. And let me ask you a question real quick. How many people do y'all follow because of their content, but you stay following them because of your journey? So how many people do y'all follow because of their content, but you stay following them because of their journey? It's because you relate to how they think, how they move, how they show up consistently. So that's the power of documenting. And so what I wanted to do right now is I wanted to hit you with some facts, real facts, stats that, we got just from doing some research. And according to Edelman, 63% of trust content from individuals more than big brands. 63% of people trust content from individuals more than the brand. So yes, so do we say build the business first? You can build the business first. You can build the brand first. But also as you go along, start to build you individually. Build your brand, because people are going to follow you. People don't buy products, they follow people. For example, why does Nike sign big time basketball players, big time golfers, big time soccer players, just big time athletes, big time influencers? Why? Because people know that people follow people. And if the people are endorsing the brand, people are going to start buying the brand, right? Also, look at this, right? Long form blog content generates 9 times more leads than short stuff. That is crazy. So we got to start vlogging more. And it says blog, but I'm going to change that to vlog, right? Long-term vlog content generates 9 times more leads than the short stuff, because the short stuff builds dopamine, but the long-form content builds an actual deep relationship. Short-form content builds width. You can get to more people faster because it takes less time to consume. But long-form content builds the depth needed. So you want to build wide, but you also want to build deep, so you can build a deeper relationship with whoever your avatar is. Now, check this out. YouTube favors longer videos, especially 10 plus minutes. That's what gets better watch time and pushes you to get into the algorithm. So when we're recording this, like I'm going to record this, I'm hoping that this video goes longer than 10 minutes. Right now, we're at about, I think, like 5 minutes or so. And I'm going to put it out as the world can have it. And then whatever happens from it, right? I'm going to have links in my description that are going to tell people what it is that I'm doing, what it is that I'm up to, how they can be a part of what it is that, how we're going to bring value to them. So it's not just about content, it's about depth. is really about depth, right? When I go to church, church is on Sundays, you come free, you can join. It's for everybody. But once you start, if you want to go deeper, it's not for Sundays. Going deeper in church, for example, right? Using it as an example, that's going to a small group or a crew or a life group. It's going to Bible studies. It's reading your word. It's praying more. It's going to the Wednesday prayer sessions, right? It's hanging out with people outside of the church infrastructure, but the church people. It's, serving your church as an example. So it's not just about width, it's about depth. And it's about letting people sit, with your message and actually build with you. People want to see where you come from. People want to see where you started. People want to see, man, okay, he's done all these things. She's done all these things. This business has done all of these things. But you know what gets me? What gets me are those videos where 10, 15, 20 years ago, they were starting in a garage, or, they're in their mom's basement, or they were fixing a car with their father. Now they own, automobile companies, whatever it is. I interviewed somebody the other day, months ago, and they just hit 100,000 on YouTube. On Instagram. But guess what? In the video, the podcast that we did, at the time, they were at 82,000 followers on Instagram. That makes me proud. I feel like I found them early, right? So it's all about building depth, and people get that through getting to know you over a period of time. And Joe, check this out, right? This is the part that slept on, big time slept on, right? And I'm gonna tell you this: documenting your journey gives you leverage, because now, right, that one podcast episode, you can clip that into 10 reels, 5 TikToks, some YouTube shorts, LinkedIn posts, IG carousels, all from one long form piece. So we want to document, right? Like if I am a orthodontist, I'm going to sit down and have conversations with people who I'm, doing the teeth work on. I'm going to find out what they do. Are they an entrepreneur? Can they bring some value? Let's have a conversation about what you do, and we'll get your teeth done, right? If I'm a real estate agent and I'm selling homes continuously, I'm going to start having, if I'm selling a certain level of home, I'm going to start having conversations with the people that I'm selling homes to, the people that I'm helping buy homes, people who I help fix their credit, whatever it is. I want to sit down and have conversations with these people, get to know them. What are you doing? What are you up to? What brought you here? What's the story in your life that, where'd you start from? Where are you going? Correct? And that's why even I'm on this path now to do as many podcast episodes in person, whether they be virtual or whether they be online, in studio, because I want to get this content, and I want to be able to do what with the content? Clip it up, put it out, and drive people into the long form. I want to use the short form to catch somebody's attention. I want to use the long form to keep somebody's attention. And that's what's powerful about building your audience, building your brand, right? Because when I film this content episode, you can clip this up into 20 reels, right? You can clip it up into 20 short form pieces of content, and you can use an app like repurpose.io to post it on one platform, and then it goes everywhere. And it just becomes a content machine. And that's how you build full-blown brands without posting every single day from scratch. It's simple. Use the long form to create the short form. You create it once and you repurpose forever. And once it's on the platform, it's on the platform forever. So check this out. Now you're building your brand. Now you're creating your long form videos, whether that's via podcasting content, whether that's value content like this, like giving you the game. But then you have to figure out a way how to monetize, right? And then when it comes to monetization, that's very important, because at the end of the day, it's really about, you want to build, scale, and monetize. Or you want to build the audience, find a way to monetize the audience, and find a way to scale the audience. Because here, look, check this out. Because when you got consistent long form content, sponsors start reaching out, people start sharing your stuff organically. You can turn that content into a course, a product, a membership, or an offer without starting from zero, because all you're doing is documenting your process. Your content becomes an asset. It's working for you while you're working on your next thing. And I promise you, brands just don't want visibility anymore. They want trust, and they want your story, right? And long form is where trust lives. And I'm going to tell you this: facts tell, but stories sell. I get more views on my videos when I talk about my mom having me at 14, when I talk about my dad having me at 15, 16 years old, when I talk about my grandmother having Alzheimer's, when I talk about my dad getting murdered at 19 years old, when I talk about me being the oldest of 10, when I talk about me being my mom's only child for 26 years and now she has 2 younger siblings, when I talk about my story on, how I got offered out of high school Division II scholarship, I signed. I called my mom and said, Mom, I think I can go bigger and better. She said, you better call that coach so you can recruit somebody else. I was supposed to go on a package deal. I called the coach. When I was selling Cutco knives, I remember walking out of the office and said, Coach, I don't think this is for me. I think there's more out there for me. I just need more time. Because I knew what it was to work hard. I just needed more time. Right? Went to prep school, went to 2 prep schools. My second prep school, got a Division I scholarship offer. Fast forward 5 years in college, 2 championships, one of the best 3-point shooters in school history. All right, people like when I talk about those things. People like when I talk about wasn't the fastest, wasn't the strongest, but I had this thing called hard work, and I had to learn how to work hard. I had to learn how to push myself past my limit, how to get uncomfortable with the uncomfortable. People love when I talk about not my successes, but when I failed, when I failed miserably, and I still fail to this day, but I try to fail faster than most so I can pivot faster. When I talk about how God allowed bad things to happen to me in my life so I can stop that path and go on to another path. So what is your story? What is your story? And when you tell their story, the people who tell their story the most will get to the glory the fastest. The people who tell their story the most will get to the glory the fastest. All Jesus did was tell his story. This is who I am. This is how I came here. This is what I believe in. This is how I can help you change your life. And he just told the story over and over and over and over and over again. And let me say this too, right? Your content is your calling card. It's your resume. It's your storefront. It's your testimony. A lot of people are trying to build credibility without showing up, and you got to show up. Even me making this video right now, I should have been making 3 or 4 of these videos a day while I'm out here. But guess what? I'm here now because I have to consistently and constantly keep showing up. I have to keep showing up, right? But when you start documenting consistently, even if you're getting started, people will start seeing you as a go-to in your space because you're not just talking about it, you're showing it. And that's what we're all aiming to do. Let's become the go-to people in our space, whatever that space is. I just did an interview with my buddy. Shout out to my boy P, right? He's in the tech space, worked for Google, worked for, I think, Meta, and a few other companies, right? He's stuck in tech this whole time. And I'm hearing his story through the interview. I'm like, brother, you got to start telling your story more. There's other people out there that need to hear what you've been through and how to succeed, because there's a lot of people failing right now in your industry. They need hope. They need some level of belief from somebody else. They need a story where they know that they can make it, because there's people out there that look like you, that come from where you come from, that need to hear your story, that can only and will only get triggered from your story. Right? So if you've been waiting to figure it out, right? Before you start creating, let me go ahead and tell you this. I just want to take the pressure off you. All you got to do is start where you are. Pull out your phone, turn on your Zoom, record your process. And let the people in on the journey. And that's really what it's about. Right now, this video is recording not from a fancy camera. This is from a phone, right? And I'm going to show you because I'm going to move it, right? This is a phone right here. And my computer is right here, right? My computer is right here. I have my phone or computer, and I'm using this app called Riverside to document it. It comes out in 4K, right? I'm in my shorts. I'm an athlete. I love shorts. I got this hat that my buddy bought for me, right? And it's simple. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, so there is no excuse on why you cannot share your journey with other people. Just document it. Talk about the things that you know, right? The right people will connect to it. The right people are going to support it. And over time, it becomes a brand. It becomes a movement. It becomes a business, right? And for those of you who don't think that you have value, I look at it like this. I call it the 0 to 10 scale. When you're freshly getting started in how to do something, you're at a 0. Once you get certified, once you start doing the thing, you automatically become a 1 to 3. Once you are doing something, whether you're an expert at it or not, whether you're good at it or not, you'll keep doing it over a period of time. You can show somebody how to get started, right? If you're a 1 to a 2 to a 3, you can always teach a 0, a 1, or a 2. If you're at a level 5, you can teach 0 to 4. If you're at a level 7, you can teach all the things that you know up until a level 7. And I'm saying this because I believe that you should spend 33% of your time with 3 types of people. The first 33% is somebody who, or somebody or people that are above you. 3 to 5 mentors in different areas of your life. That's going to be the smallest group of people that you're going to spend 30% of your time with, because you don't want to be looking up to everybody. You want to figure out who's the top person in your industry and you want to follow their mode. Right? Then 30% of the time you want to hang around and kind of collaborate with people who are in your wavelength, people who are on your same trajectory. But what do I mean by that? I mean people who, you guys may not be doing the same exact thing, but you guys are all on the same exact trajectory, right? You all are getting to that next level, right? And then you want to spend 33% of your time with people that are below you. And this is going to be the most amount of people that you're going to be around, because the higher level you get in expertise in what it is that you do, the bigger that 30% number is. You're still spending 33% of your time with them. The number is just bigger. And then ultimately, the more people you teach, the more money you'll make, the more impact you have, the more lives you'll change, the more stories that will be created from you, right? And the final thing I say is this before we wrap up, right? You don't need to have it all together. You just don't. You don't need to have it all together to start showing up. People aren't following perfection. They're following progress. So stop overthinking it. Just start documenting. Start sharing the value you already have. And if you've never heard this before, if you're looking at this video right now, in this camera right now, I am here to tell you that you have a tremendous amount of value. And whatever you think your value is not, that is exactly what your value is. And what the devil tries to do is, the devil tries to minimize everything that we've ever done and all the value that we have, for us to think that it is not big enough because of comparison. Do not compare yourself with other people. Compare yourself with where you were yesterday. And if you are in a process where you're continually growing, all you got to do, and if you feel stuck, all you have to do is just look back over your shoulder from a certain point in time and say, man, I've come this far. I have a lot of value. I can give somebody the game on how to get to where I am 10 times faster, because that's what happens, right? So don't allow the devil to minimize your greatness. Don't allow the devil to minimize your success. Don't allow the devil to minimize your significance. Don't allow the devil to put doubt in your mind, telling you that you aren't good enough. Don't allow the devil to put something in a battery in your back to say that you aren't well taught enough, or you're not intelligent enough, or you're not smart enough, or you're not strong enough, or you're not courageous enough, or you don't have enough will, and you don't have enough skill. That is a lie. Don't allow the devil to put you in a mindset to where you believe that you cannot go any further. There's always another level. We are always students, and you have the most significance that you'll ever need. And this is the least amount of significance that you'll ever have, which means that there's another level to go. The devil cannot stop what God has for you. And I want us to consider that. The devil cannot stop God's purpose for us and God's vehicle for us to help his people. So we got to stop comparing ourselves. We compare ourselves to other people who we think that are higher than us, but we don't know what they're going through. But then also, we don't even know what they went through to get there. So yes, stop overthinking it. Just start documenting. Start sharing the value you already have, and let the content tell the story. Let the content tell the story that your audience and your future customers need to hear. They need to hear your story, because you are going to save somebody from wrecking themselves because you share your story. I guarantee you. Every time I hear of a young lady having a child at a young age, I tell them my mom's story. Yo, my mom had me at 14. Look at me. I'm alive. I made it to 31. She's alive. She's made it to 45. That is a story you can make it. And you don't have to just survive. You can thrive. Just change your environment. And your environment may not be you going to all these places. Your environment may just be changing what you listen to, changing what you hear, changing how you speak, how you affirm. Maybe not hanging out with the friends that are constantly talking about things that won't matter in 5 years, and you're spending more than 5 seconds on it, right? So if you felt that, just drop something in the chat. Let me know if this helped. And let's work. And my goal for you is to literally open up your phone and just start telling your story in 10 to 20 minute increments. Pick a topic. You can go to ChatGPT, pick a topic that you already are familiar with. Hey, chat, this is what I'm doing. This is my expertise. This is what I've done in my career. What are some questions that people have to answer, that people have for me so I can answer them? Simple. So that's it, y'all. Samari here. Make sure you tune in so you don't get tuned out. And let's go. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Wherever you see this, share it with somebody. And let's go.